Hey guys, Chris Dorry here. Today I'm going to take you through what is my Supercoach team for season 2021 and just do a little bit of an update as to some of the things I'm thinking about. I've found there's been really a ridiculous amount of demand actually over the last few weeks for some Supercoach content, so I thought it might be timely. And given there were a few sort of last minute changes that I had to make to my team from my previous update, I think it'd only be fair to give a final sort of team as to what I came up with. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. And also before I start, I thought I'd mention over the coming days on ESPN, my first power rankings for the year will be up for this year's AFL Draft. So I'll start us off with the top 10. So obviously without any Victorian play, producing good profiles and really, I guess, deciding really who should be where has been quite a challenge really to work out. So, and I'm sure given, I guess, how little footy we've really had, that's going to change quite dramatically because, again, without seeing the Victorians in the last year, well, there's going to be guys who have developed, maybe a few of the top end guys with early year birthdays, maybe they haven't come on as much as maybe we'd expect. So there's a lot of those sort of things in play, but yeah, hopefully it's a competitive top 10 anyway. But anyway, let's get stuck into the video. So this is what I came up with for season 2021. So there are a few changes. The most notable, of course, being Max Gawn. Well, he's gone. So I took him out of my ruck before the start of round one, just because I wanted to play around, I guess, with the vice captain option. So having the loophole there available through the ruck, getting Matthew Flynn's scores, feeling his job security's good, I thought in the end that would be the way to go. So as you can see, after one round, I've made no trades, but this week I definitely do intend to make some trades. And there's a number I'm thinking about, so I'd be interested in the comment section below what you would recommend for my team, because I'm far from the best trader for Supercoach purposes, or for fantasy purposes for that matter. But yeah, probably among those that I'd need to fix up. So Dom Tyson, look, his first game looked lost, second game no better, so don't think he's going to hold his spot. So look, he's probably going to go at some point. Paddy Dow, look, he just hasn't really had the minutes that I'd be expecting, nor the scoring that I was hoping. So yeah, he's someone that, if not this week, I'll need to be getting rid of. From there, Patrick Cripps, look, he just doesn't quite look like the player I was hoping. I was expecting 100 plus, but it seems like he's dealing with some issues at the moment. So just his body just doesn't quite seem right. So getting injections have been the reports. So yeah, it doesn't sound good for him. I don't think he's realistically going to be that keeper or that underpriced keeper that I was hoping for. And my backup plan being Matt Rao, well, now he's hurt, so I'm going to need a bit of a rethink there. And then the other one that I'm pretty sort of unsure about is Tom Phillips. So the hope was that he would be getting some inside midfield minutes, but hasn't really eventuated on the level expected. Just not enough centre bounce attendances and scoring pretty poor. So yeah, look, given that, I'll probably keep him for fantasy and real dream team, but for Supercoach, look, he's too outside. I'm just not convinced there either, so he'll need to go. If there was another player I had some level of uncertainty about, maybe it's Scott on the bench. Obviously had a poor game on the weekend, so we'll just have to see if he holds his place. If he does, well, fantastic. If he doesn't, well, I probably just have to hold him for the time being. Maybe there's others that know more about the game than me as to, do you just keep those guys given their minimum price? Maybe they come in later, go up, or how to sort of navigate that situation. But is probably the fifth priority, I suppose, in that maybe considered a trade out list. So yeah, so, and look, maybe he just holds his spot, but I'm seeing some potential pressure for spots within the Bulldogs, where it's just going to be hard for him in a pretty competitive back line, or really any line for that matter across the field, to maintain his spots. So I'll just have to see there. some of the players I'm looking at. So probably the one rookie miss that I guess I slightly regret is James Jordan, and I just didn't expect him to be as good as he's proven to be this year, basically. So, yeah, here's someone I'll be looking to bring in, and most likely it'll be Dom Tyson out, James Jones in, would be the most likely thing I'm looking at this point. And then from there, I'm pretty keen on Zach Butters. I was keen on him coming into the season, and really it was just seeing the high centre bounce attendances from Phillips, which I guess talked me out of that one. So, yeah, just have to see how I can get him in. Maybe it's Cripps out would be the most probable, just with all the injections. Just doesn't sound good for Cripps, so probably his out, Butters in is the most likely one. But then in defence, there's others I'm considering putting in. Maybe a Dougal Howard might be an opportunity. If I was to do that, maybe it's Tyson and Dow out, and then I could bring in someone like a Howard. So there are a few of the trades I'm sort of toying with at this point, so just for a few names to get them out there. And just quickly for a few other names that I've given some consideration to. Michael Frederick, he's someone where if he has another good week next week, maybe I put him in as a forward to make me some money. Tom Atkins, he's someone I spoke about in my previous videos and really liked, but just unfortunately he didn't quite fit from a salary cap perspective. I would have liked him over Paddy Dow, but it just didn't quite work with the salary cap, unfortunately. And then in the mids, I'm liking the look of Tom Mitchell. So here's someone where if I had the money, if I wanted another mid, look, he's a genuine captain option and someone else that I'd be considering bringing in as well. So there's some of the players I'm thinking about. If you've got any suggestions as to any trades to make this week, I'd be interested to hear as well. Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what a few others would do. And yeah, I feel like my rookies are pretty strong. My premium's good enough. Yeah, so my expectation with this team is that I would finish top 1,000. But my long-standing ambition for Supercoach, and look, I probably don't spend enough time on it during the season to do this, but I would like at some point to be a top 100 finisher. So is it this year? Who knows? But with, unfortunately, the teams being announced so late and at such inconvenient times, well, yeah, with my junior football commitments, it'll be interesting to see how much time I can spend on Supercoach. I usually just spend 5 minutes a week, so I'll just make some quick trades and just sort of leave it at that, just see who's in, who's out. But yeah, I'll have to see this year. So if you guys keep me motivated, keep asking me questions during the year on Twitter or on YouTube, then yeah, look, maybe I'll keep involved and keep engaged. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you give it a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And if you're on Twitter and you're not currently a follower of mine, make sure you get behind me. So my handle is Chris Dorry ESPN. I might in the future change it to AFL Draft Expert to keep the branding consistent, but yeah, that might be a move for the future. But basically on my Twitter, I'll be posting links to all my articles for ESPN, so I'll have at least weekly articles really until sort of, I guess, the whole draft is over, so that'll be quite a while. And then also all my YouTube videos, I also put links up there as well. So and then I do some occasional game updates, so just if I make an interesting observation in an AFL game, I might put something else out there also. So yeah, make sure you get behind that. But yeah, if you've got any tips for me for my Supercoach team, yeah, let me know. Let me know some of your thoughts. Who are some of the guys that I should have included that I haven't, or some guys that I need to get rid of? Dom Tyson seems like the pretty obvious one to get rid of, but who would be the second guy you'd get rid of? And other than James Jordan, who would be the second guy you would bring in? That would be interesting also to hear. Because at this stage, I'm still in that decision-making process. Not quite sold on who that guy is. So I'll need to give it a bit of a think during the week if I want my team to remain competitive. But anyway, guys, see you in the next video.